hello, and welcome and congratulations as we move to launching your legacy. So, many of you have already watched me before. However, in all fairness, for the people who haven't watched me, I'm going to introduce myself, Terry Messenger, world class coach and trainer. So it is my privilege and my greatest honor to help people to transform their lives and actually switch off all the past blocks and triggers through relationships and other elements of their life and discover that the elements that were their pain, their trauma, and their stress can be transmuted into their gold. Okay. And we call this theory the grr factor theory. That is the things that make you go grr. Now, this is related into your mission. So ultimately, I help people to find and discover their God given purpose because, guys, when you are living according to your God given purpose, everything changes. So, as I introduce myself, I also want to say once you find your God given purpose and the GR factor, which is G standing for your gold that is coming from the things that once maybe drove you crazy. R is recognizing what is actually happening in your life. And then the next R, which is releasing. So it's really important that you release and you let go of those things so you can do the next part, which is revolutionize your life. So if you can see me and hear me, just let me know by saying in the comments here, so we can move forward. So as you discover that your pain and your trauma becomes your fame and your glory, that is what I'm going to take you through today. So I want to be able to show you a way that you can actually impact your life. And as we move in through 2020 and further into the future, you're going to find that everything is going to start going online. So it doesn't matter what industry that you're in, you will find that, if things don't change, we could look at taking everything online, even hairdressing, right? So, I mean, this is just going to be a way of the future. So, one of the things that I really love doing is teaching people about confidence because confidence is not something that anybody is born with. And a little bit about me for those who haven't watched this before or seen me in my full swing. So I grew up like a square peg in a round hole. I felt like the black sheep. I did very, very poorly in school, better known as what we call in the famous celebrity world, the Da Vinci Code. I mean, Albert Einstein had it, Oprah Winfrey has it, many of the greatest people have it, but known as ADHD. So, what that did was that gave me that battle that I had in school. So, I battled through school. I had low self esteem and I really felt so isolated. And, what I recognize is that where I was strong was on the stage. So, by default, I got on the stage and came to life. It's like suddenly I discovered that I loved to be on stage, whether it was acting or dancing. And I also discovered a little thing called confidence. Now, if you would love to gain more confidence, I want you to drop that down in the comment bar, because confidence was something as a survival, because it was one of the strengths that I developed through many of my adversities. And I discovered that on the stage. When I left school, I dropped out at 15 years of age and I was a drifter. So I really had the worst year of my life. I faced a lot of bullying, a lot of abuse, and, this also taught me people skills. And despite much of that adversity, I was always very, very good at encouraging people, because quite often, whatever you don't have, you want to give it to others. So, as I went out into the workforce, I was sacked from 8 jobs in a row. And then I accidentally discovered that I was a natural in sales and marketing. Now, if we rewind back, you may know the story, or you may not know the story, that I began selling when I was really 7 years old. I was selling my father's tea chests. So I was connecting with people, and I had this confidence that when I was around people, I would know what to say. So this carried me through to becoming one of the greatest salespeople south of the river in the city that I live, when I was just 27 years old, in real estate. So I became a sales and marketing guru at the age of 27. But as far as many other things were concerned, that was out the window. And after having 3 children, I developed severe postnatal depression, which took me into a spiral. And that led me into a bit of a crisis stage, where a very black hole then caused me to actually walk away from my marriage. And I know that life brings us everything for a reason. And I was very grateful in hindsight, because I met my now husband, Dr. Ian Messenger. And between both of us, we have 6 children. He, 2 boys and a girl, me, 2 girls and a boy. So we are like the Brady Bunch. So he led me into my first training, which was through neuro linguistic programming in 2006. And I had an Anthony Robbins experience. If you don't know who Anthony Robbins is, it may be worth looking him up. But my life transformed very quickly at the speed of light. And within that transformation, because I'm so good at modeling, because that was another skill that I developed through struggling in school. So I became a very good copycat. And so, as I discovered that the modality that changed my life, I practiced it. And I opened up clinic with my husband, who is a chiropractor, and I went on to transforming over 3,800 lives. And I have never, ever looked back. So to this day, what I do is I transform people's lives. But then I discovered that people would then excel into their greatest, most highest potential. Men were hitting 6 and 7 figures. Women were making new decisions in their life and growing the spunk that they needed to be able to articulate, claim their power, claim their voice, and begin a whole new life. So then, of course, since 2007, I was training with all of these skills and modalities, and I went on with an obsession, learnt hypnosis, learnt kinesiology, and a myriad of many powerful techniques and rapid releasing trauma modalities that led me to becoming a world class coach. So today, I give people that transformation, but I then give them a mastery that I created, that I put together through the many, many techniques. And to cut a long story short, I created one powerful modality that actually releases the trauma, not just from your life, but it takes you back to even before your own parents, to your ancestral lineage, and it takes you way back to the beginning of time. Now, imagine this. Imagine being able to look at your life like a movie, and imagine as we went through and I have taught people how to, look at transforming their life and looking at the things that you've battled and struggled with and turning them into your greatest power. Well, Wonder Woman did it, Superman did it, Albert Einstein did it, Oprah Winfrey did it, and you can do it too. So, one of my specialties also is teaching people the confidence to actually get in front of a camera and, to instill that power of confidence within you. And of course, the strategy. So, the strategy is the step by step system that will take you from where you are now and catapult you into launching your legacy. So, as I go through, I want to just give you a few visualizations. And these visualizations are really going to help you to discover exactly what you want to see, hear, and feel as we get ready to launch your legacy. I have some multi-million dollar questions. So if you are interested in hearing the multi-million dollar questions, put yes in the comments. And I'm going to ask you the question: if you could change anything in your life right now and you could totally move one thing and shift that post, because I know when you shift the right element, everything changes. Do you know what it would be? Now, here is the next question. If I asked you, what do you want in your life? Would you know with crystal clear clarity? Now, as I'm taking coaches and I'm helping them to become elite coaches with a mastery, with camera confidence, and with the ability to be able to have a system that creates their epic work, one of the first things that they have to learn is to get laser lucid focused around your legacy and what you want in your life. So, with no further ado, allow me to share the screen. And when you can see that screen, just drop a yes in the comments and you will be able to see. Well, the first one is launching your legacy. Now, this is the scientific blueprint of you, your coding, your DNA, your life experience as a result of everything you've been through and what has been handed down from you and to you from generation to generation. So, okay, I'm going to move to the next slide and I'm going to ask you these multi-million dollar questions. So, the question is, what does your mission, vision, and purpose look like? Do you know what it actually looks like? This is going to be one of the most important elements to really wake up your potent power, to have you manifesting, to have you leading in to your divine purpose. So, as you hear my words, I would like you to know that as you look into these images, I want you to imagine an image of yourself creating your mission, your vision, and living your purpose. Because as a result, I want you to pretend that you have transformed your whole life. I want you to tell yourself that you've got rid of the triggers from the past and now you are moving into your divine sacred purpose. If your wildest dream could become a reality, what person, not what purpose, what person would you become today? Would you become someone who impacts people? Are you more of a quieter person? Do you want to stand out in what you do? Do you want to encourage people? Do you want to help one person at a time? Or maybe you want to impact hundreds and thousands of people. Now, these questions are very powerful. So just gaze into the image, and I want you to recognize your energy when you are living into your mission, vision, and purpose. What does it feel like to experience your 10x life? Just allow yourself to drop into that. You are living the life of your dreams. The energy is within you. You're free. You are doing exactly what you do, and you're doing exactly what you know that you want to do. What does it feel like? Does it feel exciting, joyful, peaceful, powerful, confident? What do these feelings, your lifestyle, and your vision allow you to have? So, what is it that you are now granted permission to allow yourself to have? You see, we're speaking to the subconscious mind here, and the subconscious mind wants to be absolutely convinced that you are going to attract and manifest what you truly desire, and it's going to give you a good outcome. And when you find the why, and when you give your subconscious mind the the best reason, the how will take care of itself. So what does it allow you to do? What does your mission, vision, and purpose allow you to have? What will this give you in your life? Imagine what it would give to you. So now you're healed. We are creating that imaginary effect as if you have already healed all your blocks, all of the things that were holding you back. You are living into your mission, vision, and purpose. You are now allowing yourself to have permission to access all the resources. What does it give you? Does it give you more peace? Does it give you greater relationships? Does it give you greater health? Does it give you more success, more prosperity, more riches? And what is the purpose? This is a very, very important question. What is the purpose you want this for your life? If you can imagine, your vision is out there, your mission is established, because in the work that I do, I help you to map out. So when you come and work with me, I will help you to map out your unique coded blueprint. Now, this is in my ultimate, what I call my ultimate hybrid program, where we have transformed you, where you have gone through the discovery of releasing and letting go of all of the wounded relationships, of where you have been able to come into what makes you angry, and where if anybody crosses the line, you go grrr, and then you have a mission statement. And this mission statement is what I help you create. And when your mission is so in synchrony with your vision, your goals come to life. Now we're going to just quickly change the channels. I want you to imagine that you're watching a screen and it's about your life as it has been up until now. And you know the struggles. So if you are already in a profession or you're a coach and you have been stumbling and fumbling over the right way forward and you've lacked strategy, confidence, and maybe just one thing even that has not allowed you to absolutely break open the lid. Now that goes for whether it's success as an elite coach, whether it goes for success as a parent, as a lover, as a friend. I want you to think about what you have just discovered through being asked the question about your mission, vision, and purpose, and all the things that you want. And I want you to look and see what has been holding you back. What is the one thing that has been holding you back? Because what happens in the work that I do, because it's so fast and it's so radical and it is so miraculous, that when you heal the very essence of whatever is really holding you back, it's like a domino effect. So I want to know, what is that one thing that is holding you back from your mission, your purpose, and living the life of your dreams? I also want to add that when people are really in a bad place in life, and I am so good at helping people when they are in that, specific place, whether it is with their health, their body, or their relationships, their mind, or their money. Let me tell you, sometimes it's hard to visualize and know exactly what you want because you're so busy thinking about what you don't want. So these multi-million dollar questions are really going to get deep and they're going to help you to unleash. So what kind of problem is that one thing? So if you were able to discover what that one thing is, what kind of one thing? What kind of problem is that? Now, when you consider what kind of problem that is, what else is it affecting in your life? Because I'm sure that you know that the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Now, here is the uncanny magic. When people come in to this program and they begin, it doesn't matter where you are in your life, when you epically, radically transform your life and you translate your pain into your gain, everything in your life starts to improve. However, when you're locked in that old present or that past state of where you've been stuck, overwhelmed, or facing the problems, what you'll find is just this in the same way, only in a negative way, it affects other things in your life. Like it has effects on your relationships, it has an effect on your health, it has an effect on your money. What else is this block, this one thing affecting? What happens when you are affected? Now, I want to really get deep into these questions because your awareness and the discovery of your knowledge will set you free. The truth will make you free. So, what happens when you're affected? Like, I want you to see on the screen, like you're watching a movie of your life. And firstly, you've identified that main block. You can identify how it's actually affecting you. You can see what kind of problems that it causes. And you can also see what happens when you are affected. So, as these questions begin to permeate the subconscious, that is enough for you to be able to just take in these questions and know that the discovery of even one thing will be the very essence of you having that shift, that next level. So, when you are blocked, when you are facing this kind of issue that you may have been able to tap into, what kind of patterns or habits does it seem to create? Like people tend to find themselves rotating in a bit of a cycle. So they might turn to watching too much television or drinking too much alcohol or, abusive relationships or doing the wrong thing or attracting the wrong people. Can you identify what kinds of patterns, habits that it creates? If you understand what I'm saying, drop yes down into the comments. What do these habits or patterns give you? Now, here is a very interesting question because they do give you something. You think every time you procrastinate, or every time you do that habit, or every time you make that excuse, or every time you get stuck or overwhelmed or fall into that same old trap, there is an actual reason. It gives you something. It may give you an excuse. It may give you permission to stay safe. It may seem to protect you or to give you some hope or false courage, like people that overeat or overindulge in the wrong elements. What else does it give you? Because there's always more to it. What do you believe your subconscious thinks this will allow you to achieve? So, in other words, by holding you back, what do you believe your subconscious, if you could go into that, if you were watching it on a movie and you were the movie star, what does it think you're achieving by having that? Whether it is a health problem, whether it's overeating, whether it is over drinking, whether it is procrastination, whether it is fear and not doing what you know you need to do to become successful. What does your subconscious think it's going to protect you from? And what is the purpose in this that you need to learn? Because there is an element of what you need to learn. It's like you're the movie star, you're the superhero, you're the person you're watching on this screen, and you've just watched yourself play out this movie. And like the first part of the movie, which is a beautiful movie of your mission, vision, and purpose, is actually waiting up there on the big movie theater. But this one is just like a video showing you your life. You needed to have that experience. And if you have watched all of my presentations, you'll know by now that when you have pain and your story, that gives you your greatest glory. So, by learning from the high intention of this purpose, what will that give you? What will it give you? Just going to have some water, just hydrating myself. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to go back to the beginning, and when you think about your mission and your vision and your purpose and what that is going to do for you instead, I want you to imagine a great big screen dropping at the back of this small video. And I want you to see at the very, very back of the screen, there you are. There you are, actually right there at the beginning where you are living your absolute dream. And I want you to see yourself living that dream. And I want you to notice what you're doing, where you are, what you're really tapping into. Now, this is a great big movie screen box office right at the back. But over into the left hand corner is the video of all of those issues that you've been having. So, what I want you to do now is I would like you to allow this screen at the back to become so big and so compelling that I want you to imagine that you are going to actually float into this future you. And as you float into the future you, you're having fun, you're having adventure, you know that this is your freedom of all the things that you are able to have, do, and be. And you know it's because you're living your life purpose. You know your life purpose is in action. So, as a result of living your life purpose, what happens here is that you are in a position where you are totally going to float in. And if you want to float in to that powerful purpose, just float in right now. Give yourself permission and float all the way in and allow yourself to imagine yourself living in your mission and your vision and your purpose. Now, as you are inside of this, just imagine all of the codes of the colors and everything else. I want you to now just get thoughts of your life, your relationships, because they're juicy, they're so authentically healthy, and they're so fulfilling because you have become the person you want to be and you've taken ownership. Now, I want you to consider your career, your service, and all of the elements that you're doing and what you are doing that is so uplifting, that gets you out of bed every single day. Now, I want you to imagine your prosperity. How much are you earning? And then, of course, your body and how you feel, how you look. And I want you to allow this beautiful, beautiful coat of color to be inside you as if you were floated into the movie of your life where you are living out your dreams, where you are living into your God given soul purpose. And as a result, you are prosperous. And I want you to say after me, I am prosperous. Now I want you to say, I am rich. And I want you to say, I am divinely blessed. I have rich relationships. I claim my power. I have discovered my God given purpose. I call in the inspiration that fills me up to overflowing. And now, as you just allow that cup to overflow, just imagine that this beautiful flow of colors is moving up through your body. And I want you to imagine that you are now floating outside of that movie and you're coming back, and that video of your life where you analyzed and saw all of the things that you were acting out before. I want you, if you're ready to release it, if you feel like you have learned enough from it, if you feel like you have really empowered yourself enough to say, I've learned what I needed to learn, and you can be true to yourself, then I want you to give permission by putting yes in the comments that you give permission, and even write, I give permission. And then as you do that, if that is permissionable, permissible, or you do give authority, I want you to drop that beautiful color down and watch it just melt over the video. It's like breaking the ice. It's like the ice has been broken and that's flowing gently, easily, and effortlessly. And as you see that color going over the videos, I want you to give thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the learnings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, as you come back into where you are now, I want you to know that you can get ready to launch your legacy. And what I'm going to do is, I am now going to make an invitation to you. I'm going to make an invitation for you to meet you where you are at in your life. I am going to make an invitation with you that even if you feel like you've moved into transformation and you've had enough transformation on your life, I want to map out your blueprint, your DNA blueprint. And this is what will give you the roadmap and the strategy and the system to launching your legacy. This is going to be around facing the blocks that come up, because even people who have already been through my transformation, they will be able to capture and understand that actually they're not quite where they are, because they may have a block that they cannot quite do things because they need more confidence or they need a system. Now, in my program, you don't need more, you need less. Okay? This is not about you becoming more and over consuming or overwhelming yourself. This is about you actually releasing and letting go of the things that you no longer need and becoming so crystal clear and laser lucid focused, right? And when you become so clear, that is when I can invite you into a discovery call. And I'm going to invite you to make that discovery call with me so that we can look at where you are in your life, so we can look at what you actually need to move into your God given purpose. I'm also going to say that for elite coaches that go through the transformation and they move into that element where we move through the resources and the potent, powerful that takes you step by step and brick by brick to make everything stick into a beautiful, juicy system that is easy, effortless, and what you can do with flow and grace. So I'm going to give you that invitation to jump on that call with me, because when you jump on that call, that is going to be the decision that you make that can change your entire life. Now, if you've already signed up for my program, or you've already discussed this and you know you're going into the elite crown, drop down in the comments elite crown, so that we know that you may already have signed up for it. You may have signed for the next one coming. And, you know, we are going to take you through this beautiful, potent, juicy, powerful mission where you can be totally uniquely given the absolute gift of being that person who is authentic, who is your true self, and who is the exact person that it will take for you to have the success and the life of your dreams. So I want to thank you for being in part of this program. Maybe you are looking specifically for, you know, releasing a lot of the old wounds from the past. And I have a beautiful low ticket program where you can go to terrymessenger.com and look at the online retreat for revolutionizing your life. And you will go through a beautiful transformation with solid modalities that take you effortlessly through that. So that is a beautiful program that has changed so many people's lives. You will have that. You'll have that mastery for life. If you invest in it and then you jump on a discovery call, every investment that you make, even if it's just low ticket like this, which is under $100, that will be secured toward the program that you would like to then embark on with me. So, my name's Terry Messenger. Thank you again for holding this space. I want to send you so many blessings and an abundance of power and wisdom and love and strength and the openness to actually know exactly the right pathway that is going to lead you to your destination.